The Village of Williston Park does not like my pollinator garden. We got a summons violation saying that it was ugly, hideous, that we needed to mow it so that it could be grass again, and we're not going to do that. I think that I should be able to do something like this here. This is not a public health hazard. It is not hurting anyone in any way. I don't use pesticides. I don't use herbicides, fungicides, fertilizers. There's no toxins in my yard at all. If anything, they told me that it needed to be mowed down. I think this is better for the environment, for the people here, than something that gets sprayed with pesticides every week. But people don't necessarily see it that way because they're not used to seeing it. So I want to change the mindset of people so that they can realize that this is actually a really good thing. There's a bit of an obsession with lawns, and that dates back to like the 18th century in England when rich English people, they showed their wealth by planting large swaths of grass that were basically telling people, I don't have to grow my own food. I'm rich enough to afford grass instead of food. We're still living with that mindset. Piece of a switch, like just try like a little tiny patch or add some pots with native plants in them. It makes me sad because I would like people to be more open-minded about different things. This is not the norm that people are used to, and people have been used to growing up seeing lawns. And I think that we all just need to be a little bit more open-minded to things that are different.
Why should someone switch, right?
So native plants can save you money. They'll lower your water bill. You do not have to water them after the first few weeks with planting. They get established, their roots get established, and you don't have to do anything to them. So you don't have to water them. They're lower maintenance. You don't have to prune them until very late in the season, in spring even if you want to. You can also reduce flooding in an area. I had a problem actually where the rose plant is. We had a problem with water collecting there and getting into our backyard. And when I put the rose bush there, it has absorbed the issue. So we don't have a flooding issue there anymore, like a puddling issue. It can help to absorb carbon. It can help to increase habitat for wildlife. It doesn't use any fertilizer or pesticides. You don't need herbicides or fungicides. All of these plants are adapted to live here, so you really don't have to give them anything additional in order to keep them. On a lawn, the average American spends anywhere between $1,500 to $2,400 a year on their lawn, just with maintenance. That's not even including your water bill or anything like that. So if you have native plants, you're reducing, that's $2,500. You're getting rid of that right there. And then you're gonna lower your water bill. Native plants can also help lower the temperature around your home. If you have them within a certain distance of your house, they can lower the temperature. So that's also a benefit. And I just think they look pretty. And it's nice to see the birds come in the fall. I think the diversity of plants, the pollinators that I get, the birds we get, the caterpillar, we just get so many creatures coming to eat here and to live here. So this is common milkweed, which we added to our garden this summer. And we have our little friend here, the monarch caterpillar. So this is the only plant that they eat, and it's just munching away. We have the beds here we've got purple coneflower, which is all going to seed. We leave it here so that the goldfinches and other birds can eat it. We've got our false sunflower. We let that go to seed for the same reason, because they really like it. We have our asters and some goldenrod. And then this North American primrose is just kind of bedding out the ground there. So you were asking about the native hydrangea. So this is a smooth leaf hydrangea, which is native to New York. It's the only native hydrangea to the Northeast. So the big leaf hydrangea is the one that comes from England, and that's the one that you usually see in landscaping. It requires a lot more water than the smooth leaf. I don't water this guy ever.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it got a little trampled during the brickwork that happened, but I don't have to water it. It doesn't get droopy like the big leaf hydrangea does. And it looks really pretty. It gets these little pinkish yellow flowers on it. and very low maintenance compared to other stuff. Okay, so come this way. So we have like this little path that we added. This is a red osier dogwood. It's a native dogwood shrub, and in the winter time it has these really pretty red branches. So even though all the leaves fall off of it, it has like a really pretty stark red color against like the snow and stuff. So it's like really nice to have in the winter. Let's see what else is out right now. This is North American primrose. It gets pretty tall, as you can see. This is a host plant for the primrose moth, which is very cute, little yellow and pink fuzzy moth. So I've grown up watching my mom garden my entire life. I'm originally from California, so she's got a nice big garden in California. Watched her just like out in the yard all the time. I've always loved nature. Just really want to bring nature to the urban areas, because I think that's one way that we can combat some of the issues that we're facing with like changing temperatures, increased flooding. So it's a way to help the ecosystem. It's a way to help our community. There are plants native to all types of ecoregions in North America and globally, at all, like everywhere. So the important thing is to find out what's native to your area, and make sure that you get plants that are from where you live and from your region. But you can do it anywhere. You can be in like Georgia, California, Colorado, wherever. This is only a small portion of our yard. We still have grass. When we first moved here, I convinced my husband to let me take over part of the lawn, and he's let me take over more and more because he originally was like, I want to keep my grass. But then I explained to him what the benefits were, and now he's changed his mind, and now he sees everything that we get in here. We get goldfinches, warblers, carpenter bees, honeybees, bumblebees, sweat bees, just like a whole variety of things. We get fireflies. We had so many fireflies in our yard this summer. And those are all things that I don't think people necessarily know to look for. And I don't know that they know how important they are. Pollinator gardens definitely help bring pollinators. So if you have fruit trees or fruiting plants, they definitely help increase the amount of fruit that you get. We have a peach tree over there that got like over 100 peaches this year, which was crazy because last year we only got 3. Wow. And with this added section, we got over 100 peaches on that tiny little dwarf peach. So that was really amazing. We were certified wildlife habitat, certified pollinator habitat from multiple organizations: Xerces Society, the Firefly Research, the American Butterfly Association, and also National Wildlife. But people didn't know that we were actually maintaining the space. They thought it was just a bunch of like weeds coming up, and they were like, what are you doing? One thing, actually, I would recommend to anybody who wants to start a native plant garden and wants to go big like this on a big piece of grass, I would say flyer your neighbors first. We did that afterwards in response to our summons, and I had a lot of conversations with our neighbors who were much more open-minded after I had a conversation with them. So I think anyone who wants to do something like this, communicating with your neighbors beforehand and just explaining to them, this is what I want to do and this is why I want to do it, is really, really a good first step, and it's really important. It also helps you get to know your neighbors. So we have another court date scheduled for November 5th. And hopefully we're able to show them the benefits that something like this brings. I mean, just standing here now, you can see all of the bees in the goldenrod. If we lose, I guess it would be a monetary fine and we'd have to cut it, but we will definitely fight that. That's not something that we're willing to agree to.
Guys, Amy talked all about the benefits of having a native plant garden, and there are so many benefits outweighing lawns. And she just happens to have a YouTube video channel.
I do. It's at Pollinator Arc.
Yeah, so if you want to follow her in her journey, you can
subscribe to my channel.
Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel, The Determined Gardener. Don't forget to hit that sub button, like button, and share this video with your family and friends. Until next time, happy gardening, everyone.